Hi, Michael Goldberg here, speaker, trainer, author, knockout networker, boxer, weighing in for yet another 3-minute rounds. Today, weighing in with how to follow up, as in how to follow up with those that you meet when networking or those that might be referred to you. Well, first and foremost, what is follow-up? We use this expression all the time. Follow-up is simply following through on a promise. That's what follow-up is, right? Following through on a promise. Well, why do you follow up? There's only a handful of reasons why you might follow up with anyone about anything. Is one, to reconnect, to potentially learn more about that person or learn more about something, to get, give, or exchange information, on referrals, other business, whatever, where you're collaborating. Another reason to follow up is to sell. Maybe it's a sales situation where you're following up to avail somebody of your services. Or the other reason to follow up is that you're buying, is that you are now a prospect and you're following up to find out how you can purchase or invest in whatever, 4 reasons for follow-up. Now, I want to put follow-up into perspective, and I think this makes it clearer, is that when networking, there are 4 phases. I refer to this as the networking cycle. It's kind of like training for a fight, that there's an order of things. Well, when it comes to networking, there's an order of things, and there's 4 components of the cycle. There's preparation, presentation, follow-up, and maintenance. Preparation, presentation, follow-up, and maintenance. Preparation is when you're preparing yourself to go to an event or to attend some sort of networking function. That's going online, that's figuring out what your goals are, who you're going to meet, reconnect with, all that stuff, right? So there's very few surprises, hopefully. Presentation is what you are doing when you're at the event. That's when you're introducing yourself, you're asking people great questions, you're offering an elevator pitch if they ask you to do so, and you're in real time as you're interacting, interfacing, connecting with real people. Then follow-up. Follow-up is what you're doing as a result of those connections. And then maintenance is staying in touch with people on a regular basis so you can cultivate relationships and great things happen. Because if you focus on the relationship, the business will be there. So preparation, presentation, follow-up, and maintenance. Now stay with me here. The follow-up starts in the presentation phase. Follow-up starts in the presentation phase. It doesn't start in the follow-up phase. So when you're speaking to people that you're meeting at an event, let's just say you're speaking to Jim, you might say something like, "Jim, it sounds like we could probably do a lot of business together. Does it make sense for me to follow up with you and we can explore how that might happen?" See how I've set that whole thing up? So now at this point we might exchange cards and I'll make a promise to follow up with Jim in a very defined period of time. I might say over the next couple of days. I tend to like to follow up within 24 hours or the next business day or whenever we agreed to it. So you see how that started in the presentation phase. So now when I follow through with Jim, he is more likely to return the call, the email, whatever it is, because the whole thing was set up. Now, like you, I have a stack of business cards on my desk in a snarl of rubber bands. Perhaps in your case, it's a stack of cards that belong to people that you met at an event and that you never followed up or followed through with. And now that's just a constant reminder of the fact that you didn't set this whole thing up the right way. Is it too late? Could be, in some cases, but probably not. Think about taking those cards from the snarl of rubber bands and looking to reboot that relationship by simply saying something like this. "Hey, Jim, how you doing? My name is Michael." Use your own name. Probably best to use your own name. "We met a couple of months ago at the Human Resources Association for ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. I was remiss in following up with you, and I wanted to reconnect and see if we might get together and explore how we might help one another." And that's one of the best ways of bringing the past into the present, ultimately into the future, taking it on the chin, and ultimately rebooting that relationship. Remember, it's about the relationship, and relationships drive business. If you have questions, comments, emotional outbursts, blood-curdling yells, anything that you want me to weigh in on a future 3-minute round, contact me at knockoutnetworking.com. And remember, keep that left up.